Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Draw with Rob, with me, Rob Biddulph. It's lovely to be here with you again today. You might know me from books like this. It's called Odd Dog Out. Do you like the rainbow writing there? This is the American edition of the book, and the American edition has special rainbow writing. So that book's all about a sausage dog who doesn't fit in with anyone else. You might have seen this book too. It's called Kevin, which is a story all about an imaginary friend called Kevin, who is vanilla ice cream coloured with lots of pink spots. That's a fun book. But we are drawing a character from this book today. Now this book is called Grr, and it's all about this chap who's called Fred Bear. And you might have seen the video of me showing you how to draw Fred Bear. If not, you can go and have a look on my website, robbiddulph.com/drawwithrob, or you can have a look at YouTube. Go to my YouTube channel. Just go onto YouTube and search Rob Biddulph and you'll see all of my videos there that you can watch whenever you like. And one of them is called Fred Bear. So if you want to know how to draw this character, go and have a look at YouTube and you'll be able to see how to do that. But today we are going to be drawing this character here, this little owl. And this owl is called Eugene. And Eugene plays a very important part in the story of Grr. Okay, so if you want to know, you need to go and find this book and have a read. You can see the part that Eugene plays in this story. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you how we draw him. So what you need is a piece of paper, a pen or a pencil. Here's my pen. Now lots of people are sending me messages asking which pens I use. I use lots of different pens actually, but usually they're made by this company called Kuretake, who are a Japanese company, and they make lots of these pens here, which are like brush pens. I really like to use brush pens. They just give a really interesting line. So there you go, everybody who's asking me what kind of pens I use. Kuretake, that's what you need to find. So you've got your paper, you've got something to draw with. We're ready to go, basically. This is how it's going to work if you haven't watched one of these videos before. I am going to draw a little bit of a drawing on my piece of paper here. Then you might need to pause your video and you're going to copy exactly what I do. Then start your video again and I'll draw a bit more. Pause it again, copy what I do. Start, stop, start, stop. I draw, you draw, I draw, you draw. And by the end of it, you'll be amazed because we are going to end up with something that I think you'll be really proud of. And the reason that I do it like this is because when I go to schools and festivals to do my events, lots of children say to me that they don't think they're very good at drawing, but I really do think that anybody can draw, especially using this method. If I could just show you how to do it, the order to do the drawing in, anybody can do it. It's really, really easy. And owls actually are one of the easiest things to draw. So here we go. The first thing that we need to do is, right in the middle of our piece of paper, we need to draw a nice big circle, like that. Okay, so a really easy start. Then next to our circle, guess what? We're going to draw another great big circle. You want to try and make them both the same size if you can. It's quite hard to do, as you can see. Mine's got a bit pointy at the bottom. Do you know what? It doesn't matter. I always think drawings that aren't quite perfect are even more charming than perfect drawings. Okay, so two great big circles. Then I want you to draw down the bottom. I want you to sort of join them up with an upside down triangle shape like that. But we're not going to draw the top of our triangle. We're just going to draw those two pointy bits like that. And then we are going to join these two circles up with a little tiny line straight across the middle like that. And you can start to see our owl taking shape already, can't you? These are his eyes and this is his beak. Okay, I think we need to give him some pupils. We're going to draw his pupils right in the middle like that. One little dot and another little dot. Now, I can already tell it's going to be a miracle if I don't smudge this with my left hand, but I'm going to try my best not to. Look, see, I've already got ink all over my left hand. Never mind, not to worry. Okay, now then, behind these shapes, we need to draw basically a sort of square shape with rounded edges. But because they're going to go behind his eyes, we need to do it in two parts. So the first part is the top. What we're going to do, put your pen about here on your right eye, and we're just going to go up a little bit like that. Okay? then we're going to do the same here. We're just going to go up a little tiny bit, like that, roughly the same height. Then I want you to curve around from here, and I want you to come all the way across the top, and I want you to join up with a little curve, that other line, like that. Okay, and that is going to be the top part of our owl. Now the bottom part, remember I said it's like a sort of a square behind the eyes and the beak. Imagine that goes all the way through the eye. We're going to continue that, we're going to come down, go a bit further down, because his tummy is going to be a little bit bigger than the top of his head. We're going to do the same thing. We'll do another line over here, so we can sort of roughly work out where the body's going to go. Can you see they're roughly the same height, those two? And then we're just going to curve around this way this time. We're going to go all the way along the bottom, like that. And we're going to join up here. Again, keep the edges a little bit curved, okay? I mean, our owl's already really taking shape. Now then, Eugene has got a little tuft of feathers, or it sort of looks a bit like hair, but actually it's feathers on top of his head. This is how we do that. We're just going to draw one little line coming out there, one little line going straight up there. Now this is a bit of a tricky bit, but I think you can do it. We're going to do a little loop like that coming out there, and then last but not least, we're going to do one more line coming out there. And look, a little tuft of hair on top of his head. Now, our owl needs something to stand on, doesn't he? So we need to draw some little owl legs and feet. Now, these are so easy to draw, it's unbelievable. All we're going to do is a line coming down, a line coming down. Then we're going to do one line coming off, going that way, one line coming that way. There's one foot. Let's do the same over here. One going that way, one going that way. Look, our owl is almost finished. Now then, there's two ways we can go from here. Our owl has wings. We could either do, if we were just to draw a line going there and a line going there, then our owl would be standing with his wings folded. But I thought it might be quite cool to make our owl spread his wings. So this is how we do that. From about here, where the eye joins the square of his body, we're just going to draw a line coming out about that far, slightly curving upwards, like that. Let's do the same on the other side, shall we? So remember, where the eye joins the sort of square of his body, we're going to come out and we're going to go up like that. Then all you need to do is from the end of this line, we're going to curve back round down, and we're going to join the body about there. And let's do the same over here. Round, down. Bang. Easy. Easy peasy. Now then, to suggest feathers, I'm going to change my pen from my big brush pen. I'm going to go for this pen now. Lots of people are asking about this pen. Again, it's Kuretake, the Mangaka Flexible, but it's a very fine pen, very fine pen. The reason I want a fine pen is because I want to add some sort of texture to our character. Now he's covered in feathers, but I think quite a nice way of adding a very simple sort of feathery texture is just to add lots of little lines like this. Now, I don't want you to do the lines on the tummy, but I do want you to do them on the top of his head and on his wings, okay? This is taking a while. I'm going to speed up. Here we go. There we go. Super speedy lines. See, I told you I was going to smudge it. Smudge those bits there. Not to worry. Now, Eugene the owl here, he lives in the forest, as you can see from the book. Here we go. There's the book again. There's Eugene the owl, and you can see those trees in the background, just the forest. And in the forest, particularly at night time, it gets a little bit chilly. So do you know what? Eugene here, he wears a little pullover, okay? So we need to draw a sort of diamond pattern down here, which is the diamond pattern on his jumper. So what we're going to do, we're going to draw some diagonal lines going across his tummy, like that. Try and keep your diagonal lines so they go in the same direction, okay? Exactly the same direction. We don't want them going in all slightly different diagonals. Here we go, some diagonal lines there. And the next thing to do is, you put your pen where one of these lines touches the bottom of his body, and we're going to go from there. We're going to do a diagonal line going in the other direction, and then we're going to do it from that line too, from that line too. Can you see? And we're starting to get a nice diamond pattern, like a diamond pattern jumper. There we go. And if you want to be very clever, you could draw wherever they cross, you could draw a smaller diamond like that. See, wherever they cross, and that makes a really good jumper pattern. Let's go into super speed motion. I'll finish this off. Here we go. There we go. Our owl is pretty much finished. Now, because he's raising his wings and flapping his wings, should we add some little movement lines? You might have seen this before, but this is a really good way of making it look like something is moving on a drawing, which isn't moving, because drawings are still, aren't they? But if you just add 1, 2, 1, 2, just 2 little lines on each side. Can you see it looks like that wing is sort of flapping? 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. So his wings are now flapping. So that's a very simple and easy trick. Now then, I'm going to add my favourite bit here, which is a bit of shadow. I'm going to use a light blue. I always like to use light blue in shadows when I can. I'm going to add a bit of scribble around his foot, like that, to make a little bit of shadow. And now it's time to colour in Eugene the owl. Now, I'm going to do mine green and purple, which is how he is in my book. But you know what? You can do it any colour you like. Might be fun to do all these little diamonds in different colours. That might be really, really cool. But whatever colour you want your owl to be, you do it. In the meantime, I'm going to start colouring. Guess what? Super speed. Here we go. After 3. 1, 2, 3. And there we go, a finished Eugene the owl. What have we got to do? That's right, sign your name. So there we go. I wonder how your Eugene owls have turned out. I bet they're super colourful. I bet all of you have done something different. That's what I love seeing about all of your drawings. No two people do the same thing, and that's the way it should be. Art is unique for everybody. Everybody sees things slightly differently, and I absolutely love seeing all of your drawings. So don't forget to take a picture of your owl, post it on social media with the hashtag #DrawWithRob. That way I'll get to see it, and I love seeing all your drawings, as I said, so please do that. And make sure that you tell your friends about Draw with Rob, because do you know what? I think it's a really good thing to do a little bit of drawing whenever you can. Now listen, it's been really fun drawing with you today. I hope you've had a good time. I'm going to be back very soon with another Draw with Rob. So in the meantime, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye!